Hello lovelies, if you're planning a trip to London or you're just looking for European summer inspiration, then you're in the right place because today I'm sharing everything I wore on a recent girls trip to London with my mom and my sister and what I packed, so giving you some packing tips on how to maximize your outfits to get the most looks. I'll also share where I shopped, what I got, and also some of my favorite places that I got to visit this time around. As usual, I'll start with what I wore on the way there. Most of the time, these pieces can serve you once you get there. Also, being comfortable and looking chic, I think, is really important. You never know who you're gonna bump into at the airport. I love traveling with wide leg trousers, either the Spanx or the Franny Gold, that are kind of that fabric material that's nice and stretchy, wide leg to give it that really sophisticated silhouette. Sneakers, of course. This time I traveled with some Beja sneakers. My base top was a tank top, which I think is key in the summer months to put underneath absolutely anything that you're gonna wear on top. And then a linen striped shirt by Ralph Lauren that I love. I've been wearing it a lot this spring, summer. Then I packed an H&M sweatshirt in a complementing green color into my bag just because I know I'm gonna pull it out once I'm on the plane. A blazer by Sofia that's called the Cambridge sweater. It's really beautiful and double-breasted, feels really elegant, and then a trench coat on top of that. So it is summer. London was not cold whatsoever, but when I travel, I get so cold. Sometimes the airports are freezing, the actual plane is freezing, and so I just like to be prepared because I cannot stand feeling cold. And I also love taking a trench coat and a blazer to pull on over, like for coffee runs in the morning with like a two-piece lounge set. So that was my travel outfit. My travel bag this time around was this one by Demolier London. It's the Sienna Hobo. I love it. It's got like a little pocket here that you can kind of stick a lot of like boarding passes and passports in, and I could just sit it on top of my carry-on. First day there, I wore a halter top by Quince that I love. It's washable silk, and halters I just think give you such a nice look with your shoulders, and it's so nice and flowy, very light. It was a very hot day that first day. I was like, whoa, am I in Italy right now? It was so warm. And I wore a silk polka dot shirt by Daisy Silk, which I love. Just like much of the rest of the world, I'm having a big polka dot moment. Like, you cannot give me enough polka dots. Wore a raffia hat from Madewell that just protected my face from the sun, and also I feel like when you're in England you kind of have to step up the hat game a little bit. But really, in general, all of these pieces are so lightweight, especially when they're silk, because they take up no room at all. You can just like roll them up and stick them in there, and then you just get there, you kind of like unfold it, and it's ready to go. That first day we went to Picadilly Circus just to get the shopping going. Our first stop was Burberry because when in London you gotta go there. I almost skipped it because I recently got a Burberry trench coat that I was kind of disappointed with. I wanted to love it, and my birthday's this month, so I was like, let's treat myself to a Burberry coat. I returned it because I felt like I looked like Inspector Gadget. Like, instead of looking like regal and, you know, elegant, I just was like the wrong look for me. Returned it, and then I was kind of like, I don't even want to go there, but my sister is like, Burberry is like her thing. So we went there, and then just as joking around, we asked the sales associate, I'm like, oh, where's the sales rack, you know? And then he's like, actually, this whole aisle is a sales rack right now. I'm like, are you serious? Like, we thought he was joking because there was like, no, obviously it's a luxury house, so you're not gonna like walk into like red signs saying like sold, sale. So it was very speakeasy sale. Like, if you didn't ask, then you don't know. And actually, we were observing people coming in and out, and a lot of people knew just to come into that section. I think like they're customers that are like very loyal, just like knew to walk in there, they knew who to talk to, they grabbed their thing and they left, and we're like, whoa. Because of the special occasion of traveling together and having a girls trip with my mother, I'll show you what I got. It was very difficult to decide because I almost got this trapeze like tote that I really loved, but I ended up getting a wallet because I have had the same wallet for like 10 years. It is kind of big for a wallet, but I can also wear it as like a small bag, just a great errands bag. I can also shorten it like this. So there was a lot to love, and it was 50% off. So I was like, how can I say no? And I'm like there in the store. After that, we had lunch at this place called Picadilly. So I really recommend it if you're in Picadilly Circus. It's delicious. And we had gone there maybe like 7 years before when we did our first girls trip there. And we just happened to like land right in the front again. And it was a really delicious Italian meal. And after that, we saw Moulin Rouge, which was incredible. It always makes me cry. And it's just so dramatic, and the music is so powerful. We were kind of in like a Phantom of the Opera rut, so I'm glad that we switched it up a little bit and saw this one. Of course, when you're in London, you've got to do tea. So the next day we did tea at the Ritz, and we were kind of between a few different places. So like doing tea like kind of like in the late morning versus like before dinner, because then I kind of ruins my dinner, right? And I hate ruining my dinner because it's like my favorite meal. A year ago when I went with my kids and my husband, we had tea at this place called Madhu's, which if you're a foodie and you like Indian cuisine, the food was definitely superior. Like it was just more substantial. There was like a lot more to it. The tea was spectacular. I mean, we probably, now that I say it, we probably should have gone there again, but I feel like the Ritz is kind of like a rite of passage. I wanted like that chandelier and classic Victorian romance that the Ritz could only provide. We got a rose petal tea that was very aromatic. I recently went to the one at the Plaza Hotel in New York, and I just was a little bit disappointed because everything was stale and kind of felt like it had been made the day before. This was so fresh. I ate almost everything, which is saying a lot. For tea at the Ritz, I wore a yellow slip dress, and then I wore like a tweed vest over it just to make it a little bit more ladylike. And the dress that I was wearing underneath is very How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And I joked that like anybody who wore that dress would like not lose any guy in any days. But I wore this butter yellow with the tweed vest, and then I had brought a tweed jacket for my sister. She wore that with a yellow camisole and a black maxi skirt. So we both had like the white, black, and yellow theme going on. That was kind of our spill the tea moment. And the other thing that I loved about it is that I could like take off the vest and have a completely different look with the dress. Then right after that, we went to Sofia, which is a brand that I've been working with for the last 4 years. And we popped into their boutique at Covent Garden. It was so beautiful. So glad that I got to meet some of the team because some of my favorite pieces that I wear year in and year out are from them. They're made so well, they're so affordable. There's 3 pieces that I wear all the time from them. One is this beautiful quilted bag that just carries everything, looks so elegant, a great way to add texture. The second thing are the Bowie jeans that are flared and so elongating. If you want more ways to look taller and leaner, make sure to watch this video full of hacks to look taller today. But I love these jeans, and actually my sister, she tried them on. She's like, I'm sold, I need to get them. Love that piece. And then the third thing by Sofia that I wear all of the time is their Cambridge blazer that I wore on the plane. So this is a blazer that I've had maybe for like 3 years. My sister stole it one day while we were there because she just looked so elegant in it with a polka dot dress, which I'll get to in a minute. Those are the pieces that I've worn a ton, and also a suede bag, by the way. If you're still looking for a suede tote, they have a gorgeous tote that's also a carry-all and super affordable. We tried on a ton of things, and I had recently said in a video that I would never ever wear horseshoe jeans, and it's almost like reverse manifesting when I say I will never do something. That's like when I do it. So I should be more careful. So I should be more careful about what I say. But these horseshoe cream colored jeans looked like my kids would say mwah, and then they were so flattering. They just hugged all the right places. I love them, and I think I might have to get them because they're so chic. Some of the things that rose to the top were those jeans, some linen blazers, crochet dresses that have kind of like the diamond pattern that I feel like I've seen everywhere lately, very European, and we just had a great time at it. I'll link everything that I tried on below, and as well as the pieces that I got, because it was such a fun time to get to do that with my mom and my sister there. Then after that, we went to a place that you have to go to if you love fish and chips like I do. It's called Scott's, and it's in Mayfair, and it is so good, like not overpriced. Well, you can, you know, get super overpriced, like you start ordering caviar and lobsters and stuff. We got the fish and chips, melt in your mouth. And it was really fun because we got to dress up, and I wore my Betsy and Adam black and white, kind of like a black tie dress that has pockets. It felt like a ball gown, and I don't know, it was just a very magical night and so fun to just be in Mayfair a little bit more dressed up and eating amazing food. After that, we wanted to make it to Chinatown to just kind of like stroll around, but we didn't. I did that last time with the kids, and it was beautiful. I highly recommend you stop there. The next day, we kind of took off in those Zara slip dresses that I've been telling you about. If you watch my channel, in my Zara haul, I shared with you that I got the same dress in 2 colors because I wanted to wear one. I wanted to give one to my sister, and sure enough, she got the one that I pictured her in, which was the red one. She looked gorgeous in it, and we kind of just walked around London like twins, and I didn't care. We popped over to Harrod's because it's just kind of a thing you've got to do when you're in London, even if the only thing you can afford is going down to the basement and getting like their merch. So well made, and we always get like a bag or something that says Harrod's on it because it's really fun. I did get one thing. I got the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Blush Lilac. I feel like lilac is everywhere. I'm having like a thing with this beautiful hue. I thought I was gonna love the cream blush because I'm more of a cream blush girly, but for some reason the powder consistency works so much better, especially because I want to be able to do kind of like a French girl aesthetic thing where you do like the eyeshadow and the blush and the lips all in one color. After Harrod's, we were a little hungry, of course. Whenever I'm in a city and like I'm not able to make reservations or like I just don't want to think about it, I look for a Mandarin and then I look at the restaurants that they have because they're always so good. This was no different. We had an amazing meal there. It's just so beautiful and like palace-like, and it was the perfect way to sit like with all our shopping bags and just kind of, you know, gossip a little bit. The other outfits that kind of like fit in throughout like little boutique shopping, and we did do a stop at Buckingham Palace as well, were more polka dots. One is a polka dot shirt that's really elegant. It's kind of like a tie, you know, one of those tie neck things that you can do in a bow or just around your neck, with the white trousers from Madewell that I got on my shopping trip. If you haven't checked out my dressing room try on at the mall for summer, make sure to check it out. It's full of really good ideas and most of them are on sale. So wore those with like the chunky Ralph Lauren vachetta belt. My sister wore a polka dot dress that just to match me a little bit, Cambridge blazer, and that was our polka dot look. And then there was another pink moment that we had with a pink cardigan and then a two-piece set from Zara that's just really, really comfortable in that ballerina pink. So some of the notable things about London that you definitely need to hit is like Buckingham Palace. I believe in August, a lot more of the palace is opened up because the royal family is in Sandringham. So you can like check out more of that beautiful place. This time around, it was quite limited, and you can always do, watching the change of the guards, which is extremely exciting, especially if you have young kids. Also love Kensington. They have an amazing collection of Princess Diana's dresses there that is just like definitely a bucket list moment. And this time around, we didn't do the double-decker buses, like the hop on, hop off, but we have done that before. In terms of where you want to stay, a really affordable place that's close to so much like Westminster Abbey. The Eye of London is the Marriott Hotel that's right by the Eye of London. I recommend that. The entrance is so old money. You just like get there and you're like, whoa, it's beautiful. It's one of my favorite places to stay there, and it's really affordable. And then this time around, we stayed at the Tower of London at the Four Seasons, which was also gorgeous, but it was just a very different vibe because like we walked out and like the Tower of London was right there, and it's just, if you can kind of feel the heaviness, to be honest with you, but still a lovely, lovely hotel. The service is like second to none. Thing that I highly recommend is a river tour of the Thames. You kind of quickly all around London, and just a great way to see more of it. Some of the tips to pack lighter on these vacations when you want to look beautiful and you want to have these moments where, you know, you're taking pictures all the time. I would recommend silk pieces. They fold and travel really well, especially the slip skirts, a slip dress, some of these tops that can dress up denim, and then that travel outfit. Like I came in with that blazer from Sofia and it dressed up a lot of different things. It's really easy to convert silk slip dresses to skirts as well by popping on a sweater over. It's just really convenient. You can get two looks in one. We did that a couple of days. I feel like white trousers can easily go from like touristy, casual to dressed up for dinner with like a change of accessories and footwear. Black maxi skirt never lets you down. We brought one, my sister and I shared it back and forth a few times because it was just so versatile. And it's also airy and comfortable. Like sometimes, you know, you don't want to feel hot and sticky, but you want to look elegant. Those maxi skirts just do the job. Zara has a great one. Quince has a great one. Then in terms of shoes, sneakers and boat shoe loafers are your best friend. And then in terms of heels, I brought these along that I love, the Raffia platform by Cozy Island. I have a 10% off discount code. They're amazing. They also went with everything. They're so European summer. And the other shoes that I wore a ton were those metallic ones by Inez that just kind of go with everything as well. If you're planning a trip to Italy or Spain, make sure to watch everything I wore in Lake Como and Madrid. And if you learned something today, make sure to hit the subscribe button.